Have you ever wondered how to confront your enemies without having to fight a battle? In the fascinating world of Stoicism, you will find a treasure of wisdom that will teach you not only to endure, but to triumph without fighting. In this video, we will discover together the 10 powerful ways to destroy your enemy without resorting to violence, all from the perspective of Stoicism. Get ready to learn ancient strategies that will transform you and strengthen your mind and spirit. Don't miss a second. Subscribe now and join us on this journey to victory without fighting. 1. Change your perspective or realize that your enemy reflects your own distorted judgments. You have the power to reshape your reactions. Sometimes facing an enemy can be like entering a maze of mirrors, where each reflection distorts our vision and confronts us with our own distorted judgments. In this game of reflections, the enemy becomes a symbol of our own projections and internal conflicts. Recognizing this gives us an extraordinary power, the power to reshape our reactions. By adopting a Stoic perspective, we can transcend reactive emotions and take charge of our response. Instead of allowing the enemy to dictate our feelings and actions, we can cultivate inner serenity, recognizing that we are the architects of our own experience. Each encounter with the enemy becomes an opportunity to practice self-discipline and self-control, strengthening our emotional resilience and our inner wisdom. 2. See your enemy as a teacher. Recognize that it provides you with valuable lessons for your personal growth. Thank him instead hate him. On the vast stage of life, every person we cross our path, even those who stand as our enemies, can be seen as a potential teacher. By adopting this perspective, we transform conflict into an opportunity for personal growth and expansion of consciousness. Every provocation, every challenge, provides us with valuable lessons about ourselves and the world around us. Instead of resisting or resent in the presence of the enemy, we can open ourselves to the possibility of learning from him. Thanking the enemy for the lessons he offers us not only frees us from the weight of hatred and animosity, but also allows us to cultivate an attitude of gratitude and acceptance toward all of life's experiences. Ultimately, by embracing the enemy as a teacher, we transcend the dualism of friend and enemy, and come one step closer to realizing our highest potential as human beings. 3. Deliberately ignore it. By downplaying it, you free yourself from its negative influence. When we choose to deliberately ignore our enemy, we are making a conscious decision not to allow their presence or actions to negatively affect us. This strategy, rooted in Stoicism, involves recognizing that the energy we devote to our enemy only strengthens his power over us. By downplaying it, we not only free ourselves from its harmful influence, but we also reassert our mastery over our own emotions and thoughts. Practicing indifference toward the enemy is not an act of weakness, but of inner power. It is a constant reminder that we are the guardians of our own inner peace and that we will not allow anything or anyone to divert us from our path towards authenticity and serenity. 4. Understand their motivations. This fosters empathy and offers you a mirror to your own psyche. Understanding our enemy's motivations is a powerful tool in the arsenal of Stoicism. By transcending the surface of confrontation and entering the psyche of our adversary, we cultivate empathy and understanding. Recognizing that our enemy is ultimately a human being with his or her own experiences, traumas, and aspirations allows us to see beyond the mask of hostility and antagony. This understanding offers us a mirror into our own psyche, as it forces us to examine our own motivations and biases. By understanding the motivations behind our enemy's actions, we can strip confrontation of its destructive power and find common ground in shared humanity. Instead of feeding the endless cycle of enmity, we can choose the path of understanding and reconciliation, thereby transforming conflict into an opportunity for mutual growth and human connection. 5. Get over it with cunning. Take advantage of your intelligence to anticipate their moves and skillfully position yourself as a dominant player. On the path of Stoicism, outwitting your enemy involves using your intelligence and insight to anticipate his moves and position yourself strategically on the board of life. Instead of succumbing to the impulse of direct confrontation, you adopt a master player mentality, able to read environmental cues and make calculated decisions. This skill requires a combination of mental acuity, flexibility, and self-control. Instead of reacting impulsively to enemy provocations, you remain calm and move with precision, taking advantage of every opportunity to advance towards your objectives. Stoic cunning is not about manipulation or deception, but rather using your intelligence to create creative solutions and resolve conflicts constructively. By outwitting your enemy, you not only position yourself as a dominant player in the game of life, but you cultivate the wisdom and serenity that are the hallmarks of Stoicism. If you're enjoying what you've seen so far, I encourage you to show your support by clicking the I like it, which you will find just below. Your support is essential so we can continue bringing you quality content. 6. Forgive him, let go of the resentment and choose to free yourself. This facilitates inner peace and reconciliation. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in the arsenal of Stoicism, as it frees us from the weight of resentment and allows us to find inner peace and reconciliation. By choosing to forgive our enemy, we are making a conscious decision to let go of the past and free ourselves from the endless cycle of animosity and revenge. This does not mean that we justify our enemy's actions or minimize the harm they have caused us, but rather that we choose to transcend the pain and find greater understanding and compassion. Forgiveness is not easy and often requires an act of courage and humility. However, the benefits are invaluable. By freeing ourselves from resentment and bitterness, we make room in our hearts for peace and joy. Forgiveness is not only a gift to our enemy, but also to ourselves. It allows us to free ourselves from the past and move towards a future full of possibilities and love. 7. Love it, he exercises compassion and seeks to guide him toward redemption. This deeply impacts both of them. Practicing love toward your enemy is one of the highest challenges of Stoicism, but also one of the most transformative. Exercising compassion toward those who have caused us harm may seem counterintuitive, but it is actually an act of deep wisdom and inner strength. By loving your enemy, you are recognizing his humanity and his capacity for redemption. Instead of responding to hate with more hate, you choose to respond with love and understanding. This does not mean that you justify your enemy's actions or that minimizes the harm he has caused you, but that you recognize his suffering and his need for healing. By loving your enemy, you are extending a helping hand in the midst of darkness, offering the possibility of transformation and reconciliation. This act of love not only deeply impacts your enemy, but also yourself, as it frees you from the weight of resentment and connects you with the unlimited source of love that resides within you. 8. Develop mindfulness, explore your thoughts and emotions in depth. This allows for sustainable growth. Full attention, or mindfulness, is a fundamental practice on the path of Stoicism. It is about deeply exploring your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations with an attitude of curiosity and acceptance. By developing mindfulness, you cultivate greater awareness of yourself and the world around you, allowing you to respond more consciously and wisely to life's situations. Instead of automatically reacting to external stimuli, you learn to pause and reflect before acting. This allows you to make decisions that are more aligned with your highest values and goals. Mindfulness also helps you cultivate emotional resilience by allowing you to recognize and manage your emotions effectively. By practicing mindfulness, you are creating the conditions for sustainable growth and a fuller, more meaningful life. 9. Cultivate resilience, embrace challenges and stay calm through acceptance. This allows you to come out stronger. Resilience is a vital quality on the path of Stoicism. It involves embracing challenges and staying calm by accepting circumstances as they are. Instead of resisting or lamenting difficulties, the Stoic sees them as opportunities to strengthen and grow. Cultivating resilience involves developing an attitude of serenity and determination in the face of adversity. It means recognizing that although we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. By embracing challenges with acceptance and courage, we become stronger within and become more capable of facing any obstacle that comes our way. Resilience allows us to emerge stronger from life's trials, transforming moments of difficulty into opportunities to grow and flourish. 10. Focus on yourself, take responsibility for your reactions and grow in virtue and authenticity. Taking responsibility for your reactions and focusing on your own growth is essential on the path of Stoicism. This means recognizing that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control how we choose to respond to them. Instead of blaming others for our experiences, the Stoic focuses on cultivating virtue and authenticity in his or her own being. Taking responsibility for our reactions means being aware of our emotions and thoughts, and choosing to act ethically and wisely in every situation. By focusing on our own growth and development, we become architects of our own happiness and free ourselves from the control that others may have over us. This allows us to live with greater authenticity and integrity, aligned with our highest values and principles. Which Stoic strategy do you find most powerful to confront your enemies without fighting? Have you applied any of these techniques in your life? Tell us in the comments. We would love to hear your thoughts and experiences on this fascinating topic. Remember that shared wisdom enriches us all. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new content. Until next time, and may the strength of Stoicism accompany you on your path to greatness.